It was a very, very solid team win. We knew with Novak going down with concussion that we had to change who we are. And the thing we always preach to our guys all week is that's a circumstance that got in the way. Our vision still to continue to win, to continue to pile up wins within conference. And we couldn't let that circumstance of Brian go down get in the way of our vision for the team. And that was just a case of our team living in vision. Offensively, you got to really commend the way the offensive coaches developed a game plan, changed kind of who we are, but still stayed true to some fundamentals that we were doing, and we're able to really develop an offense that's pretty potent today. I know Wesleyan probably blindsided them a little bit that we did what we did offensively. You have 23 first downs, 403 yards rushing, and then you get 42 minutes time possession. It's a pretty impressive day. You're able to keep them off the field. I mean, they're on the field 17 minutes in the game. That's hard for them to produce a lot of points. Really proud of the way Ben Nestor, and really, I mean, it was a position he played in high school, but he accepted the role. He wanted to do whatever's best for the team, and he really thrived in it. I was really proud of the way the offensive line knew that we were going to have to run the ball most of the majority of the day, and they really stepped up and did a good job. And then the backs did a good job. You saw Calvin Allgan, Sam Wright, Sean Workinger, Josh Williams, all those guys that did a great job of doing everything we asked them to do. And yeah, I think it's a good wrinkle to who we are. I mean, it's an opportunity where a bad thing, we took something that happened bad to our team and made it a strength and made it a positive. And now we've got an offense with Nestor in the game, and we've got an offense with Novak in the game. And I'm not sure what route we're going to take as far as next week, but I know an opposing team's got to prepare for both, and that's an advantage for Concord. So, any questions?
Coach, tell me when Brian Novak got the concussion. Was it in the game last week?
It was in the game last week in Urbana, and we had a feeling that he was probably wasn't going to get cleared for this weekend, but at the same time, I didn't really want to leak it out to everyone because I wanted Wesleyan to prepare for Brian. So that was my apologies for that, Tom, if I didn't leak that to you this week. But that was my reason behind it. I just wanted to give us another advantage coming into the game.
And so he did go through the concussion protocol and such. He just was not cleared for today.
Yeah, I mean, the way the concussion protocol is now, with all the research that's coming out with concussions, you never want to rush that back. You can rush an ankle back or a finger back, something like that, but you don't mess with the brain. And then usually from the day that you're totally symptom-free as far as balance, memory, recall, all of the factors that concussion symptoms are, once you're totally symptom-free, then you're usually taking on a 7-day protocol. And he was totally symptom-free of everything toward the end of this week. So we'll have him back next week, and he'll be good to go next week.
Who was your backup if Ben had to go out?
Well, Ben didn't go out, did he?
So that's something
well,
else.
we have Jeremy Gaskin, who's a freshman for us, and we're trying to keep the red shirt on him. We want to do what's right for him, and we knew that if something having Ben went down, he'd have to step in and play, and he was prepared to do that. But at the same time, we were trying not to do that because we just knew the importance of that kid having 5 years.
There was some speculation at the press box that Jake Lilly played some emergency quarterback at Bluefield High.
Well, if Jake Lilly had it his way, Jake Lilly would have been our quarterback. But Ben Nestor's biggest fan is probably Jake Lilly, so that's the way we can ease it over by letting Ben play quarterback. And I think Jake did a good job leading on the defensive side of the ball today as well.
Tell me what confidence that you would have with Ben Nestor throwing the ball. He got some chances and made good on a couple of them today.
Yeah, more than anything, we didn't want to just throw everything at him this week. We knew he has an arm very considerable to Evan DeSole, or comparable to Evan DeSole last year. The difference between him and Evan was a wideout, former quarterback. It was easier to introduce some pass game to him. To Ben, we wanted to really be good at our zone read, our zone option type stuff. We wanted to pull all that stuff back, and we didn't want to overload his plate. We wanted him to execute what he could. And we had a couple of nakeds, some different stuff like that to give to him. He can throw it. He doesn't throw it well, but he throws it good enough to keep the team honest. And that's what he did today. the few passes he threw, there were guys wide open, and that's the advantage of it. As long as there's a threat to throw the ball, then he's effective.
When we come in, we were mostly oriented on rushing, and we didn't think about using the pass, but it was a threat, so we could still use it. And during practice, just hit those guys when they were open, and when it come to game time, it was there.
Did it surprise you that some of those guys came as wide open as they were on?
Yeah, it was surprising because during practice, the defense is always either good coverage, and it's hard to get those passes in. But during the games, I just made my read and dropped it to the open receiver.
Jeff, you have any questions for Ben?
I don't really have any questions.
Tiko, congratulations on this game. You were a threat in several different ways. Tell me about the block punt return. How did that play develop?
Well, we practiced it all week. I kind of thought I was going to block it at first, but the team came through. Russell Bailey got the block, and I just happened to be behind at the time.
After all the plays that you run at receiver and you got to run the ball quite a bit today, did you expect, special teams is going to be the way of getting the end zone?
I didn't expect it. It was preparation all day, every week, and it just happened to go our way.
You were faced with a challenge, as Ben and the rest of the offense was, to switch some things up. Had you done a lot of running, like on reverses and such, in your previous career?
Well, I came in as a running back, so it kind of did go my way, but took 3 years off from that. It was a receiver, but I came in prepared, just been to this thing.
Do you all know, Tiko, as a practice developed this week, that this is an offense that's going to click, that this is something that's really a threat?
It's going to be a threat. It's going to be a threat.
Did you feel that way during the week?
Oh, yeah. I was ready. We all was ready.
Tell me about the mindset of getting over the game at Urbana and getting ready for this one.
It was just a game. We got over that pretty quick. We just got to do better. And we came out here with a mindset that we're going to win. And we came out with the ball game.
And I guess my last question for you would be, what does this do to the opposition that's coming up having to prepare for Concord? Because now they've got to prepare for maybe a Brian Novak offense or an offense like we saw today. What does that do to their preparation?
It's going to be hard for them. Now we got two dominant squads that can do everything.
In this game, we wanted to keep him down and put a lot of pressure on him, make him feel uncomfortable in the pocket. I feel like for the most part we did do that. And then basically just run our base defense and just sit back and watch the routes come to you and just don't pursue because we were just in the gaps, in the throwing windows that he wanted. And I thought for the most part we were in there and he couldn't get the ball where he wanted to.
I'm trying to remember the play where you knocked the ball up in the air and Devon grabbed it off. That was you who got your hand on the ball.
Yes, sir.
Or you have a hand that's in a cast?
Yeah, I do.
Which one was able to knock the ball?
That was the one in the cast. Was the one that tipped it up to the vine.
Okay. Was it painful?
No, it didn't hurt at all.
Didn't hurt at all?
No.
Is the cast a weapon for you? I mean, does it help you out there?
It has its advantages and disadvantages.
I bet.
So, I just try to just make as many plays as I can and just hope that it can be an advantage and help us out and help myself out.
And, you lose track of the ball when it gets off its trajectory and such. What were your thoughts when you saw Devon gather that in and start running with it?
I was just happy because it got the defense on the field and gave the offense opportunity to score, and we were in the red zone when we picked it off. So the offense had good field position, and pretty sure it led to a score. So it's a win-win for the defense and the offense.